So hopefully this completes this part of the journey, and 7 is it. Fingers crossed. Let's get those babies, ladies.
I see the crystal raindrops fall and the beauty.
Good morning. What's up, Fertility Fam? Today is Wednesday, June 27th. Happy hump day to ya. Happy hump day to ya. Happy hump day. How are you? If you are new here, welcome. Click that subscribe button. Let's hang out a while. If you are returning, welcome back. Today I've just come back from running, or not running, walking very fast. I'm not built for running. I'm built for comfort, not for speed. But yeah, went out for a walk in the park, and so I've broken a nice sweat. I am going to, unfortunately I did not save FMU for our LH progression test, but I'm going to drink a lot of water and then take another second morning urine, and do the LH test, and then I'll come back to you guys with that. I'm going to have a shake, and yeah, it's good. It's just about 7:45, 7:50. So far the day is off to a good start. I will talk to you later. Good morning, fam. All right, so I have my SMU, or second morning urine. I said FMU earlier, and I know some of you guys are new to TCC. FMU is first morning urine, and that's what they recommend for testing. So SMU, I'm just making that up as second morning urine because I forgot to do it earlier. So I'm going to test with the Easy at Home. I'm going to put on my glasses so we don't have the problem that we had on Monday. There we go. Yeah. Get going. So there it is coming out of the package. It is blank, much like my pregnancy test last Friday, or last test. And yeah, I just want to point out, because that blue line you're seeing is actually not part of the test. This is like glue and tape right here. This is where our test lines are going to come up. Okay. We'll do this. That buzzer you hear is the doorbell. I'm at known donor's house. I was waiting. His first direct order was coming between 8 and 10. So I waited to do this, and of course they come. It's 9:44. Of course they come while I'm testing. But anyway, so that is that. We'll wait for 5 minutes. It is 9:44. So 9:49. We'll take a look at that. In the meantime, thanks again to LaShonda for recommending the water. I've been taking the water, and it has been amazing. I feel more energetic and less bloated from drinking the water, and I'm craving less sugar, those are all good things. So sugar meaning like I have a candy habit like nobody's business. I try to keep it to chocolate, but dark chocolate is bittersweet, and so sometimes I'll get like a craving in the afternoon, and I'll do like sweet tarts and Whoppers, and around 2 or 3 o'clock. The water is helping me not crave those, so that has been good. I just got to keep the water up. I think that is also why my follicles were slow growing, was I wasn't having enough water, and the stress. There was an incident we had at work, and we were kind of dealing with that, and then my report, and it was just like adding on to what was happening. Like, as far as, I think it was like making my adrenals more taxed, and so my body was diverting energy away from reproductive organs, because as we've said, when we're in crisis or flight or fight mode, our body is like, this person doesn't need to be pregnant. This person is barely alive, or not barely alive, but is dealing with another situation that requires all their energy. So let's not focus on pregnancy. It's a survival thing. And it makes sense. It gets hard because I live in a big city, and so you forget that those instincts are going to kick in even when you're in the concrete jungle, right? You think of those instincts as like when we were out in the wild, which is where they came from, when we were like living in caves or whatever. And so, yeah, I think all that just kicked in, and LaShonda sent me an email like, hey, what's up with your water? And we were talking back and forth because we're cycling close to the same. Like, I think she's going to be like 4 days after me with her ovulation. But anyway, we were emailing and I was telling her like what was going on with those 4 follicles and she recommended that. So thank you, girl. I feel so much better. I wish I had talked to you sooner. So anyone else out there, learn from my mistakes. Please drink your water all the time, but especially like as you prepare for ovulation, those follicles need water. Your body needs water. Yeah, don't make your body decide between your survival and reproductive organs. Give it enough to do it all. That is my recommendation. All right, let me look at the time and see what we're doing. This is not a get ready with me, by the way. I'm just trying to get out of here by 10 o'clock. Yeah. All right, we have 2 more minutes on that test. I'm going to try to put my eyebrows on in that time. We will see. Oh, get all the hair going in one direction. There they go. I have a scar over here. I had chicken pox when I was little, when I was younger, and I had one right there, so it left a dent, which it wasn't as noticeable when I was younger, but as I've gotten older and the hair just stopped growing, well, not just stopped. I used to get my eyebrows waxed back in the 90s when that was a thing, and the hair just eventually stopped growing from all the waxing. And then as it stopped growing, more hair, other hair just decided to leave for no reason because I never got it waxed way over there. So now all these girls have those like thick eyebrows. I cannot do that because you would see all this powder on my face. Although I think my sister was trying to talk me into big eyebrows for her wedding. I already agreed to straighten my hair. I'm like, don't push it. And actually, I think I might just get a weave for that because I'm like, I don't know if my hair, one more minute, if my hair wants to do all that. My hair has been not with the relaxer on it since I was pregnant with Cheyenne. Actually, I was worried it would do something. So that's like, she's 24, so 25 years. But when I lived in California, I used to color my hair. So I was going to say it was natural 24 years, but it's not true because the dye changes it. I used to get highlights and lowlights so that it looks sun-kissed. But yeah, since I moved to New York, I stopped coloring it because there's no sun, so it's kind of hard to look like natural highlights happened. Well, no sun half the year. So yeah. So for the last 10 years, it's been no relaxer and no color. But for the last 24, 25 years, it's been no relaxer. Although I've had weaves and stuff, and like I've straightened it. The good thing about New York is the Dominicans will straighten it with the heat, without the. Okay, hold on. All right, bathroom emergency is happening. Give me 1 second. Let's just look at this test very fast. Okay. Here we go. It's still positive. There we go. All right. That's it. I'll be back. I was kicked out of the bathroom. It's not my bathroom, so there you go. He had to use the restroom. Sorry about that. So yeah, it was still positive. I left it all in there to abandon it. But I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about it later. So I will test it again tonight. I'm going to continue testing until we see the line get lighter, and that way we have a good idea of the window of my surge, and that'll be a good reference point for you guys. And I'll talk to you later about this hair situation for the wedding and these eyebrows. Bye, ladies. There we go. I want to just make sure you guys saw this, that I got a clean shot, as they say, which I've now marked it with there. So this is the control line. This is the test line. You can see undoubtedly there. This test line is darker than this control line. So remember we were saying we wanted it to be as dark as or darker. So it's actually darker now, which I believe means that it's a higher rate so that my LH is still surging. Now, when ovulation happens, exactly, we'll have to do research. Like, does it happen at the beginning of the surge, at the end of the surge? Does it continue to surge after you've ovulated? I will do some research and find out. But what we know from this test is that my LH, focus, is still surging. All right, later ladies. Hey fam. All right, so I'm out of the house, headed to the train. I'm leaving known donor's house. I ran away from home. I packed a suitcase. I'm gonna be gone for 2 days. I needed to get out of there. Cheyenne left a mess. I was like, how am I gonna cook? I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm going uptown. So that's where I am. But yeah, I'm feeling so peaceful and relaxed and just, I've been emailing with a lot of you ladies. I love it when you reach out to me. It makes me feel good to connect with everyone and hopefully help people. I have like a lot of information, and I don't know if I'm gonna get my baby because I'm older, but when you guys tell me like you're 41, 42, 43, whatever, or you have premature ovarian failure, like I'm like, let's try this. So yeah, I appreciate the opportunity to help you guys and you guys reaching out to me, so thank you for that. I'm officially 1 DPO. And someone, now I can't remember, who was that? Oh, the Alexanders, Kosha, said that 9 or 7 was lucky because it was a number of completion. So hopefully this completes this part of the journey, and 7 is it. Fingers crossed. All right, ladies, I'm gonna sign off, and there's no acupuncture tonight because I went on Monday, and we'll see what happens for the rest of the day, what sort of shenanigans we get into. Bye. Hey fam. All right, so I wanted to close out. I owe you one more luteinizing hormone test, so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'm going to call it a night. So this is the last one. That's the freshener that I plan on taking. Can you see that? It's blank. I had originally said I would keep taking them until they were negative, but I'm still at my run away from home place, and I didn't bring enough to do that. So tomorrow morning I won't be able to test. I might be able to test again tomorrow night. Don't judge. But we'll see. That's 5. I'm just gonna leave it there so that it has to be flat, so I'm leaving it across the cup so that it's laying flat, and then I'll just set an alarm for 5 minutes. There we go, while that's happening. So I did do a little bit of research today about the luteinizing hormone, and remember I was saying this morning, like, it has a range for how long it's in your system, so it can be from 24 to 48 hours. 24 to 48 hours before you ovulate, after you get that initial surge. But I was able to confirm it's the first surge that starts the ovulation, and what is happening is as your follicles are getting bigger, they're releasing more estrogen, specifically E3, and that estrogen is what like gives more cervical mucus, and it also, that estrogen triggers your body to know that the luteinizing hormone needs to come next because the follicles are getting so big. So it's sort of like a chain reaction. Or it is a chain reaction, and then once the luteinizing hormone is triggered, you get that surge, which is what we're picking up in that test. But once it starts to surge, the luteinizing hormone is actually breaking down what's holding the follicle in. So think of the follicle, or think of the oocyte, the egg here, and it's inside the follicle, which is what we get measured, like for those of us who go get them, on a scan measured. As that luteinizing hormone is dissipating through the body, it's wearing down the walls of the follicle so that the egg can burst through. So that is the amount of time that takes, between 24 and 48 hours. So even if my luteinizing hormone continues to be there, there's no guarantee that the oocyte or the egg is still inside of my follicle. It could have burst through already. So that is why even after it continues going, they say it's when it first surges that you want to catch that, because you want to have the sperm in there ready and waiting. And so, yeah, that's kind of what happens there. Which it gives you a heads up, and also why they say to take as you get closer, like as your line starts to look more like it's about to be positive, you want to test more frequently, so 2 times a day. And then this morning I made the joke about not having first morning urine for these cheapies, and I got a reminder, you're not meant to have it with the first morning urine. The digital, you can have it with the first morning urine, but not these. They actually say for these, like 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 4 p.m. So I guess if you're going to do twice a day, I would really do noon and 4 p.m. Just so you have a good idea. For whatever reason it happens in the afternoon, I guess, like after your body gets going. They weren't really clear on that, which then makes me wonder if the digital is actually picking up what happened the day before. So in theory, it seems like you would get a positive on the cheapie like at 4 p.m. on a Monday, and then the next morning you would get the high on the digital, but maybe we'll test that out. I'm not claiming that. I'm not planning on testing it out next cycle because I plan on being pregnant, but somebody, let's test it out. Maybe you're like a week behind me and about to do it, because I would be curious to see, right? Let's like have a little experiment. Who knows? Yeah, I think that's it. Today is officially 1 DPO. I feel pretty good. We exercised this morning. That was good. Day was pretty non-stressful. I ate really well. I'm gonna go to bed. It's like just after 10, so I'll be in bed no later than 10:30. Hopefully asleep shortly thereafter. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see how much time. We have 1 minute. I'm going to just go get the progression paper while that's counting down. Okay. Just while we wait for this. We got 55 seconds, and I'll show you guys this progression. Whoa. Testing. I know I can't see, but here, let's do it that way. So here. This is that. I didn't take one that morning because that was the day I had the IUI and I was running late. But the day before, that was the first positive, and then it continued to be strong. So that was yesterday evening. Yesterday is the day I had the IUI, and then that was this morning. So you can see that it remained pretty dark. So I'll be curious to see if this one is as dark or darker, or if it's starting to fade, which means it's no longer positive. We shall see. How are you ladies doing? Anybody else doing their ovulation prediction right now? Okay, here we go. There's our timer. Whoops. Looking stuff over. Okay. I think that still looks positive. There. You see it? I'm at an angle. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that looks as dark as the control line. It's still wet, but I'll hold it up against here so you guys can see it. So, there. So I think that underscores the importance of taking the OPKs like twice a day when you're close, because I could have not taken it on Monday or not taken that afternoon one and not known until Tuesday afternoon, because I got a positive Tuesday PM. Today's Wednesday. So if I would have just gotten that first one on a Tuesday and then I would have thought that was positive, I could have thought that was my day of ovulation, which Tuesday we are saying is the ovulation, but I could have missed it if I would have just done it in the PM. So say I got that positive, like, I don't know, I did it like 6 p.m. I could have missed the egg because it probably was released earlier. It's just really close. So I think taking them twice a day, at least on the cheapies. I know the digital only says in the morning, but it seems like just to cover your bases, have the digital and the cheapie. Because remember, the digital is what made me do the double take at the cheapie. It was like, oh yeah, that is the same color, but it seems like you need both of them. Like one or the other could lead you astray. So that's my 2 cents on the OPKs. All right, ladies, that's all I have for you. I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope that you are well. Let me know how you're doing down below. If anyone else is doing OPKs right now when you see this video, I'm curious as to how you're tracking. And then it'll take a couple days and I'll start doing progesterone testing so we can confirm ovulation. I'm going in on July 3rd for progesterone testing, but there's a home kit we can do. It's too soon on 1 DPO. I think around 4 DPO I'll start testing those so you can see what that looks like, and you can do it at home. I got mine at Walmart. You can get them at Walmart or Amazon to do at home. Walmart is a little bit cheaper, but like maybe $5. It's not the end of the world. It just depends on if you need it faster or if you want it cheaper. All right, ladies, have a good night. I will talk to you later. Baby, that's to you all.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through to make those rainbows in my mind.